Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today I'm going to be going through my Game Week 3 team selection and any transfers that I'm thinking of making. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment, how is your Game Week 3 team shaping up, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off before we get into my team selection for Game Week 3, just going to go over a quick recap of how I did in Game Week 2. 79 points, not bad at all. I got 80 points in Game Week 1, 79 points in Game Week 2, so just a 1 point difference there. Finished with a Game Week rank of 536,467, but now my overall rank is 46,395, so I'm in the top 50k, which is really nice, but of course, at this stage of the season, like 3 points would be the difference between 46k and like 200k. Like, it's just one of those things, but either way, really happy with how the season started. 159 points in total. Edison got me 6, Cancelo got me 11. Again, really happy with the double City defense. Gabriel got me 1 point. I wasn't really expecting a clean sheet against Leicester. They do kind of always pop in a goal or two against Arsenal, so yeah, wasn't completely surprised about that. James, of course, scoring, got 7 points. Definitely should have been on for a haul though. I don't think the Spurs goal should have stood, and so would have obviously got the clean sheet and probably 3 bonus as well. But either way, James with 7. Trent got me 3. Crazy that he got a bonus point without obviously getting a clean sheet or any attacking returns, but obviously he just played so well in that game. So many chances created. But yeah, got me a bonus point regardless. So not bad from the back at all. 6, 3, 7, 11, and 1. Going into the midfield though, a big Salah blank. Again, it was one of those things because he has such a good record against Crystal Palace, but he's never scored in Game Week 2. And again, he carried on that tradition, not scoring in Game Week 2. I know a lot of people did, of course, captain him this week, which again, it was a really good captaincy choice because, like I say, his stats against Crystal Palace are so good, but it was just really unlucky. So, of course, Salah blanked, which again, I'm not too... to be fair, it actually benefited me, him blanking, because obviously more people captained him. Martinelli got 8 points, so again, still ticking over. I think he's like 6.3 now, actually. I think he had another price rise overnight. He's now 6.3. Again, if you don't have Martinelli, get him into your team because he is such a cheap Arsenal asset and he's starting every single game. He's scoring goals. Arsenal look really good at the moment, and as well as that, Arsenal play Bournemouth and then they also play Fulham as well, so 2 promoted sides back to back. They've just got really good fixtures, to be fair, until Tottenham, which is Game Week 9, where they obviously start dipping a bit with like Liverpool and then City. But either way, up until Game Week 9, 3 Arsenal players I feel like is a given. Diaz getting me 9 points, which was huge. Of course, the point swing between him and Robertson. Again, really happy with the fact that I went Luis Diaz, and of course scored that absolute worldie, and picked up 3 bonus points as well. Unfortunately, he did pick up a yellow card, which stopped him from getting a double-digit haul. But either way, still happy with the 9 points. Neto with 3 again. Yeah, definitely want to get rid of him soon. And then Haaland, my captain, got 10, and then of course Jesus got 19. Ward got 1. Pereira got 3. Nico Williams got 7, who, by the way, was our best player on the pitch when we played Everton. Nico Williams looks really good. And then Archer as well, picking up 0 points. So that's how I finished Game Week 2. Moving on to my team selection for Game Week 3 though. Starting things off, we do have Edison in goal, of course. Newcastle away. I'm a little bit worried about that game. I don't know if City are going to be able to keep a clean sheet against Newcastle. You know, obviously they've kept 2 so far, but Newcastle, I think, it's a tough place to go, St. James's Park. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, Edison, Newcastle away. At the back, we've got Trent away at United, James away at Leeds, Cancelo away at Newcastle, and then Gabriel also away at Bournemouth. It was really weird because last week, like, all of my players were at home, and this week they're all away. But yeah, quite happy with that back line. Bournemouth away, I'm hoping for an Arsenal clean sheet there. And then Leeds away, potentially a clean sheet there for Chelsea as well. Again, they kept a clean sheet against Everton. They probably should have kept one against Tottenham if the goals didn't stand, which again, they probably shouldn't have. And then yeah, Leeds away, hopefully can pick up something. And then United away, I'm really interested to see how that game's going to go because United obviously starting the season super poorly. But, you know, Liverpool also not starting too well either. You know, they of course, drew against Fulham, which everyone was expecting them to win like 3-4-0. Drew against Palace, fair play, they had 10 men. But at the same time, they didn't play like incredible football. which is obviously what we're used to. So yeah, it'll be an interesting scoreline that game. I still think Liverpool will win, probably like 3-1 or something. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in that game. So that's the back line. In the midfield, I do have Andreas Pereira in there at the moment, but of course, all depends on the press conferences and stuff. And again, I've still got 2 free transfers, and I'll talk about through my transfers in a second. But at the moment, I've got Pereira in there at home to Brentford. And then I've got Salah away at United, Martinelli away at Bournemouth, and then Luis Diaz away at United. I think the sending off for Nunez just... I was going to sell Diaz this week, but the sending off just kind of makes Diaz's minutes skyrocket. You know, Jota might even be back, but he's just coming back from injury, and Diaz has been like their get out of jail free card, so I can't see Diaz being dropped at all. So yeah, I feel like I have to keep him now, especially with United away, and then they've got Bournemouth at home, and then Newcastle home, Everton away, Wolves at home. I just feel like I can't really get rid of Diaz at this point in time. So yeah, I'm gonna keep him now. And then up front, I've got Haaland, Newcastle away, and Jesus, Bournemouth away, who does have the armband at the moment, but that could easily change between Salah and Jesus. I think Game Week 3 captaincy is a massive swing, because a lot of people are going to go Haaland, a lot of people are going to go Salah, a lot of people are going to go Jesus. And if you don't get it right, I think it could be a massive point swing. I own all 3 of them. They're also going to captain Kane and Son as well, which I think they've got Wolves. Yeah, they do have Wolves. So again, that's another good captaincy option as well. So I'm glad I own Salah, Haaland, and Jesus. But if I don't get the captaincy right, it could definitely hurt my my rank 100%, which of course it would do. So yeah, I've gone Jesus at the moment. He did have just course get that 19-point haul. He's not going to do that again. But Bournemouth away, I think, is a really nice fixture, and Arsenal's just playing really good football at the moment. And then on my bench, I've got Ward. My first bench is Nico Williams, and then I've got Neto on the bench away at Tottenham, and then Archer away at Crystal Palace. So that's how I'm shaping up for Game Week 3. But of course, 2 free transfers in the bank. Let's go into my transfer kind of ideas and stuff like that. So 2 free transfers, nothing in the bank. Now, the first thing that I could do this week is simply just burn the transfer and just make no transfers, because I don't think this team is terrible. Like, I'm happy with it. You know, maybe the Pereira option, but again, he's on set pieces. Brentford at home is something that, like, I'm not completely worried about. But yeah, I look at this team and I'm not like, this team has massive issues, because then the week after, I can easily just bring Neto back in, because he's got Newcastle at home, and then I want him for the Bournemouth and Southampton game, but Wolves have just been so poor going forward this season. But either way, that could be like that could be one of the things that I think about. But either way, yeah, 2 free transfers, no money in the bank. So first thing, I could burn the transfer and just, you know, go into next week with 2 free transfers. I don't want to make transfers for the sake of it. Some people are thinking of going to, from Haaland to Kane, because Kane does have like Wolves and he has like Forest, stuff like that. And of course, we've got that Game Week 5 game as well, which is midweek, which Haaland could get rested on. And I know that they've got a really good fixture in Game Week 5, which is against Forest at home. But if Haaland gets rested, that's going to really, really hurt like the captaincy choice there. So some people are deciding to get rid of Haaland for Kane and then bring Haaland back in. But of course, Haaland is more expensive than Kane, so they'll have to sort things out elsewhere in the team. So that's one thing I could do, just burn the transfer. Another thing is just Haaland to Kane, Kane to Haaland, and just get rid of Neto or something. But again, I don't want to do it like that. Something that I am kind of toying with is getting rid of Neto, bringing in a 4.5 mil option. So I don't know, let's just say Reed, off the top of my head, does play. Again, I'm not a huge fan of having 2 Fulham players, but it's just going to be a player that just chills on the bench. And then I've got an extra mil in the bank. So what I might do with that is upgrade Nico Williams to a Cucurella, because I'm pretty sure Cucurella is going to play the next few fixtures. You know, Chilwell isn't match fit. They've got Leeds, Leicester, Southampton, West Ham, Fulham, and even after the Liverpool game, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Villa, Brentford. Now, I know that Chilwell, when he's back, because I think Tuchel's comments were like, we're not going to be playing Cucurella like left centre back much. It is pretty much just going to be up for like a battle between Chilwell and Cucurella to see who gets that left wing back spot. So I could do something like that. I could fit that in my team, and then I could have double Chelsea defense, double City defense, and then obviously Arsenal defense and Liverpool defense, which I do quite like, because I think even if Cucurella, like, it's a bit of a punt, but I think even if the Cucurella kind of punt goes south, there's some really good players around that price point as well. You got like some Newcastle defense and stuff like that. So I could do something like that, which again, I think I might, and then just this week play 5 at the back, and then Martinelli, Salah, Diaz in midfield, and then do a 5-3-2, which again, I would be quite happy with. Although I could do something where instead of Reed, I bring in De Silva, who, again, I think his minutes will go up. Brentford have got some really nice fixtures. Of course, I do get, like, in a perfect world, that would be my move, but I am priced out of it by 0.1, which, again, I'm not a huge fan of. But instead of Cucurella, I do bring in, like, a Brentford defender or something like that, because Brentford have got really, really good fixtures. I think on the fixture ticker, Brentford are, like, the top. So let's just take in, like, Ben Mee, for example. So they've got Fulham, Everton, Crystal Palace, Leeds, Southampton. I mean, Arsenal's a tough fixture, but then Bournemouth, Newcastle, Brighton. Like, I know it's Brentford, and they're not, like, the most defensively solid team, but they've actually been really good this season so far. I mean, we knew... I mean, no one was really expecting them to trounce Man U like that. But yeah, they just look so good at the back. And you got the likes of Ben Mee, who's only 4.5. Henry as well is also another good option. He did obviously pick up the assist in the United game. So I don't know, like, that could be another option. And I bring Henry in, it gives me an extra 0.4 in the bank, and then I can just use that for a future transfer. Like, it's just nice having that extra money in the bank. But do I like Cucurella more than Henry? Probably. You know, Chelsea are a more solid defensive team. It's just, I know that obviously Cucurella could potentially get rotated, but I think for the near future, I think Cucurella is fine. I think that Chilwell is not close to being match fit yet. So I think for the next, like, I don't know, I think he'll play the Leeds game, Leicester, potentially Southampton, and then around the West Ham game could be when he doesn't get played, which I'm okay with. But again, at the same time, I do lose, like, Nico Williams, who's a nice 4-point mil enabler for the defense. But that could be something I do. I don't know if there's any other good 4.5 mil players that I'm kind of thinking about bringing in for the midfield, because I know that Pereira still plays, you know, so it's not like I'd have any problems with the bench. Like, I just play Pereira first bench every week and then Reed if I have to. But I do quite like the setup of double Chelsea, double City, and then Liverpool and Arsenal, because I've got a bit of everything. Another thing that I could do is, let me just refresh that so I get my team back. Another thing that I could do, I'm not a huge fan of doing, is I could get rid of Edison and Gabriel, and then I could bring in Ramsdale as my Arsenal defender, and then also bring in Kyle Walker as my City defender. Because then I still have double City defense in Walker and Cancelo. I still have the Arsenal defense in Ramsdale, and then I still have, like, Chelsea and Liverpool, and that just frees me up 0.4. But do I really want to make two transfers just to free up 0.4? I don't know. I think I'm happy with the Gabriel and Edison kind of double up there. I think I prefer that to Ramsdale and Walker. I know Walker's gone up in price just because he's such a cheap City option, but again, you never know. City could sign someone. It's never completely out of the cards, and I think, you know, Edison is just a safe bet. You know, he's going to play every single game. So I think my my transfer this week could probably be Cucurella in for Nico Williams, and then for Neto, because I'm not a huge fan of owning Neto. You know, Wolves haven't been great, and I think it's going to benefit me a lot more having two Chelsea defenders with the fixtures that they've got coming up, both the fullbacks. You know, if Cucurella does get benched, then it's unfortunate, but I think when Chilwell does kind of come back into the picture, I think it's going to be Cucurella starting, getting subbed off from, like, the 60th, 70th minute. So as long as he, like, gets that clean sheet and then gets subbed off, I'm okay with that. So yeah, I think that'll be the transfer that I'm making. I just have to think of a 4.5 mil option. If I just go to 4.5 here, midfielders, I don't actually know what, like, the best options are, to be fair. You got Milner, to be fair, who's obviously been playing a lot, but I've already got 3 Liverpool players. So yeah, obviously already got Andreas Pereira. Yeah, you got, like, Pearson for Bournemouth, Reed for Fulham. There's not really a lot of options, to be fair. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens and see which 4.5 mil option I go with. But either way, to be fair, this Southampton player could be all right as well. I mean, obviously not to play him there, but it's just kind of bench fodder, really. But either way, he seems to be playing every single game. But that's going to be my transfers, I think, for Game Week 3. That's my team selection, how I did in Game Week 2. Let me know what your thoughts are on my team. What is your team looking like? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. Like the video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.